Hello, how are you? This is Elle's Community Bemis Crafty Corner, and this is a craft with me. And tonight we're going to be doing Tab-a-Palooza. So Monday's video, we made this, and it just shows you different kinds of tabs. So I thought we'd kind of continue on with that. What? I just gave you treats. Are you just going to be annoying at this point? Yeah, Mama. I am, Mama. Get down. So, I've got out a bunch of scrap paper and stuff. Even subconsciously, I throw him on the floor. And, I thought we'd work on some of these. So, when we originally did this, I used these. These are just corner rounders. And, they just have different profiles. And so, like we got like this little profile, and we had like a ticket one, and we got one that goes like that. Then there's just a square one, and one that has the little flat pieces from here. That is actually a die that cuts like that. And then this is just a regular corner rounder. So I thought this time, let's do some fancy corner rounders. So I got out a bunch of fancy ones. Now, all of these are, well, they're ones that I have that are for sale. So I went to sale boxes. Grabbed a bunch of them. I have to test them anyway, so I figured let's do that. So I have a bunch of corner rounders out that we can use to do some tabs. And so I figured we'd get started just by cutting paper. Now, the width of the paper is up to you entirely. I like mine to be anywhere from 1 to 2 inches in width, and then at least 1.5 inches to 2 inches that way. So I'm just going to cut some squares, and then we'll work on, doing some stuff. So 2 by 2. I'm just going to cut a bunch of 2 by 2 squares, and we'll work from that. And just make my life easier. So I have out a whole bunch of papers. Most of this is double-sided. Just because that tends to, give me a few options. That does not look straight. Why does that not look straight? I think it's just the pattern on it makes me think it's not straight. It's straight. Okay. 2 by 2. Now, I do keep some random tags in a little box on my desk. You never know when you might want one. Now, this one is a single-sided piece. But that's okay. Because single-sided paper needs love too. And this is, of course, double-sided. Because it's double-sided, we'll get twice as many out of there. We have tickets too. We're going to use some of these because you can make tabs out of tickets. Why not, right? single-sided. Come here. Wow, that did not want to come up.
All right, one of them I'm logging into, and it shows uptime of 2 minutes, 11 seconds.
This is single-sided. This is a digital. It's that like wallpaper stuff. You know, it's supposed to look like vintage wallpaper.
It could be.
So it's just printed on basically copy paper. Get some of those. And then we get this. This is double-sided as well. So we'll cut some of these. Why not, right? Two. Two.
Sorry?
Two. Slightly less than 2. Big deal. Okay. So if you have tickets, you know, you can take a ticket and you can just fold it in half. And there's a tab right there. You can take a ticket and fold it in half. And that's a tab. So we made 2 tabs already, and we haven't even gotten started. All right. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Christine. So far, I've just got some 2 by 2 inch squares, just because I kind of like that. That one's not quite 2. It's okay. We'll do it this way. And I like to score them. You don't have to, but I like to. So I'm just going to put these in and score them. Just because it makes it easier to fold them. The thinner paper, I'm doing 2 at a time. Ugh. Otherwise, I might go through it. Now, if you have a tap punch, by all means use it. But you know, we don't always want the same, you know, look.
All right.
Sometimes we want something a little different.
A serial number ending in 4166 and another one ending in 9756. 9756, I'm not able to find quite yet. My system
do one that way, and then we'll do one this way. Because the stripes are, you know, a little different.
But the 4166, I'm able to log into that one.
Hi, Michelle.
That's showing me that up.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Yes.
It's the weekend. It's the weekend. Most people are at work, except him. Okay. And then that piece of Tim Holtz paper.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've scored all of those in half. We've already got 2. So I'm just going to fold them. And hit them with my bone folder. We're going to see what we come up with. Now, let me tell you how this project was born. Somebody said to me when I was going through all of this stuff, they were like, if you come up with any tab punches, let me know. Well, most of this stuff is card maker, so there's not really any tab punches, but I I was like, we can make tabs without punches. We're crafters, for crying out loud. Do this one this way. Oh, see, that is why I always say, see that? That's why I always say hills into valleys, valleys into hills. Because if you score it one way and then you turn it the other way, you can actually crack paper. And you're less likely to crack it if you do as I say and not as I just
Brian,
did.
you said you had created a ticket earlier on this?
Okay. So I'm going to score these on the other side.
Yeah, no ticket got created, but you know, we still log who calls in kind of thing.
So some of your cardstock, not all cardstock does it, but a lot of cardstock does it. So these, I just put the valley in, so now I can put the hill in. And it's just because I loosened up the paper right there. And that'll just keep it from cracking. See, no crack. All right, let's see.
Sorry about that. Could you go back from the beginning? I wasn't ready to write that down.
That is why I always say hills into valleys, valleys into hills. You see, if I was going to do that one, it was going to crack. It did not like it. Ooh, not at all. Did not like it at all, I tell you. So, as I always say, hills into valleys, valleys into hills, and your paper won't crack. Now, I see a lot of people, I watch a lot of videos, but I see a lot of people do this, and, you know, they just, whichever direction they want, you know, and for some paper, that's okay. See, like that one's not too bad. That one didn't crack, but some paper does crack. So just keep that in mind when you're scoring. And here's the beauty. These don't have to be perfectly folded because you're going to have a piece on each side, you know, so they don't have to be perfectly folded. I mean, in a real world, in a good world, they would be, you know. All righty, let's go ahead and see who's in the room. Sandy's in the room. Hello, hello, Miss Christine. Hello, Miss Michelle. Hi, Rose. Yeah, ink hides everything. All right, so I'm gonna get these little scraps out of the way so I don't get confused because, you know, I do get confused easily. All right, little scraps, go away. All right, so let's take a look. What do we have first? First, we have these Fisker's corner punches, the quarter ones, you know. All you have to do is just put it in there. It doesn't matter which side you put it on. And punch it. Let's see what it looks like. That one didn't go all the way in. Let's try it again. It just gives us little bits at the top. Not that fabulous. Let's try a different one.
We'll be honest, and I will say that I wish it did.
That one's better.
I'm not finding anything that says anything of that. I marked it all down like you said, but
so that one kind of gives us like a little scalloped effect. That's kind of cool. Not real impressed with it though. Not for this application anyway. All right, let's try this one. This one's supposed to have some dots and stuff. We'll use this one. So just put the folded piece into the corner. Punch. Oh, that gives us a big old thing. into the corner.
It's probably a seed.
Little snip right there. And that one kind of gives us a neat little
12
piece.
Charlie Bravo,
I don't like
Victor
it though
Mike,
because it's still
404,
cornered.
404.
So that one does not work. Let's see what else we got. So we have these kinds. Oh, I like that.
I'm good with
Okay.
the circuit ID for now.
That one's interesting. That one's interesting. Kind of an interesting little tab. Let's see what else. I just have a bunch of these to play with, so we're going to play with them. This one, no bueno. See that big thing right there? It would cut this tag totally off. Let me grab a piece of paper and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we put that in like that. See that? It's not going to do anything for a corner.
Yeah.
We can try it. Okay, let's see. Right there. And I'm just lining the corners up. Yeah, see? That's not going to work. No bueno. Makes a cute little thing, though. But it's not going to work for a tab. As you can tell, I have not tried these out beforehand. All right, let's try this one. So I'm just kind of barely putting it in there. It worked really good on the first one. Why didn't it work for the second one? I don't know. Let's try that again. Okay, put it in. Right there. Snip. No, see, it didn't work for that one either.
Still not coming up with the 9756.
Okay, I put it in too far. Yeah. Okay, that's different. But wait, I have more. Then we'll go to the regular ones, and I'll show you how to do it. All right, so this one does, let's do this on the Timmy one. This one does like a little bubble. So I would put it in the bubble and pop it. Put it in the bubble and pop it. And then you end up with a little tab that looks like that. That's that one. And then there's this one. I don't think this one's going to work either. Let me see. So if we put that in there, go like that. Yeah, see, that one's not going to work either. Because that one does that thing. We're just trying. What the heck? We're just giving it a shot, you know? All right, let's see. So let's put this one in. Kind of right there. That's different. Okay, and then we're going to do it again.
Couldn't hurt anything right now anyway. You know.
That one's cool. Okay, so corner punches do work. You just have to be careful of what they, what they are. And look at this mess. Why does Michelle keep letting me make this mess? Okay, so let me clean this up. All righty. So this is just a regular corner rounder. So we'll just put it in there. Punch the corner. Put it in. Punch the corner. It's a tab. That's it. It's easy, simple. Okay. Then we got this one, which is the one that has the little flare on it. Same thing. Just take one, fold it in half, put it in. This one does not like to punch cardstock. There we go. Do it the other way. Tab. So, Rose, where are you going? Where are you going that you're packing again? Oh, are you going out to the... I think you said you were going to the island, right? All right. So then, you can use just your regular corner rounders in any kind of shape or size that you want. I like this one because it's got like 3 different corners on it. So, kind of makes a cool one. And then the other side does this little thing where it has like a little pokey part. That one's always cool. Let me get these out of the way. I'm going to try this other one. That one. I'm not even going to look. I'm just going to put it in there. Punch. Oh, that one's cool. Look at that. I like it. That's different. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try this one. You guys can't see, but I have my eyes closed. That one's cool. I want one that looks like a ticket. Boom. Boom. That one looks like a ticket. This one's pretty cool. Let's do another one. Let's do this one. Put the paper in. Push the button. Turn it over. Put it in. Push the button. Ooh, that's different. That one's cool. Okay. I think I have another one of these somewhere. Okay, the only one we haven't tried is this one. No, this one. This one, I think. All right, let's give it a try. Okay, that's unique. So these are kind of cool. This one works. The other one, not so much. This one we didn't like. All right, let's try it again. We'll just use a different spot. Let's try this one. Because everybody has at least one of these, you know?
00400.
Okay, that one worked okay.
I got it.
Look at the profile on that. That's a really cool one. All right, we're going to give it another shot. That's a cool one. We did that one. Let's try that one. Nope, I'm going to do this one. I'm not giving up on it. Okay, that worked better. You see it has that little scalloped edge. Well, you can't see it there, but you can see it there. So that one's kind of cool. Still want to do this one. That's got a nice edge. Look at that. Let's see if I got a piece of. I need black, man. I don't have any black cards. Well, I have purple. Purple will work. Look at that. That's cool. Okay. That one. Those. That one. We still haven't done these. All right, so let's do the board. So if you have one of these boards, it's real easy. You just find that midpoint, which puts that at 2 inches. Poke, turn it over, put that at 2 inches. Poke, and you get a basic tab. Now this one I probably would trim down a little bit. I'd like, it's not, because this is not a very big tab. It will be bigger if you use a bigger board. But I'm using the little board. Let's see. Do I have any other cool ones that I can play with? What is that? Oh, that's just a corner rounder. That's boring. And then, of course, if you don't have any punch at all, just use your scissors. Look. Just like you're cutting a tag. Only, smaller. Look, it's a tab. All right, so Tab-a-Palooza, how many have we made? Let's get these out of the way. I'm going to keep those. All right, so we made the first 2 out of just folding tickets in half because that's the easiest way to do it. Literally, that's the easiest way. Then we have this one that looks like a tag, and then we have this one that's we used with one of our boards. And you can use any board, even if you have this punch, the notch punch, you can use that. It works perfectly fine. Then we have this one that's kind of got this really open scalloped edge. I like that. This one, which has the little bump, like that. Just a corner rounder. Love it.
What I'm going to do is get this
Ticket. We did that style.
Technicians.
This one has like a little step on it, which is kind of cool. It looks a little vintage. This one just kind of goes whoop, whoop. I like that. That's very cool. Again, we just used a scallop, but it's like a corner rounder with a scallop edge. We use that. And then we have this one that has, again, that kind of squared edge. I like it.
They're the experts. I'll be honest, not me.
And then this one, which is kind of cool. I like that edge.
I don't know how long it would take them to give you a call.
That's the scallop.
24x7.
That one's a ticket. This one is like a double bump. Ticket. But this ticket has like the little pokey thing, see? I like it. Okay. This one has like a very delicate little bumped edge. This one came out really cute with the little pointy edge.
Right.
On there. That's kind of cute. There's this one. That's just a rounded one. This one. That was interesting. Yeah. Look at that.
Security. They want to sit on their keister. All right. No,
this one we screwed up totally. Look. That's just a mess. But this side came out pretty good. I don't like that one though. Then there's this one that has the little holes in it. That's cute. This one. I like this. This is cute. Just that little, I went too deep on this side, but that's cute. And then there's this one. That's cute too. I think if I had done that though, this would be almost completely detached. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 tabs that I can add to my tab bin. And I just flatten them out, you know, and put them in there. And now I have them in different colors and stuff because the tabs don't really, you know, it's just the color basically that you're looking for when you do a tab. So tab, 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 tab,
And I'm
tab.
assuming you were placing US 24x7 on this as well.
Those in
Because
there,
of the importance.
those are tabs technically, so we'll put those in there. Look at that. I now have a box of tabs. Your favorite one died. Oh,
Right.
that sucks. Yeah, I need some more punches. Like I need a hole in my head, Rose.
Yeah, they'll
I have
contact
a
you before
wall of
then.
punches.
Set up the display
Literally, I
face
mean
to
that.
face, but at this point,
Michelle will vouch for it. I have a wall of punches.
right. I mean, there's certain things I'm allowed to dispatch on. This is not one of them with this type of equipment. So, unfortunately, I don't have the ability to do that. So,
Let me get those put up there. Okay. So that's like, you know, those are in addition to these. Like we did this one, we did that one, we did this one, we did this one. But we also did a whole bunch of other ones that we didn't do for the video, for the Tab-a-Palooza video. So you can use any punch you have. If you have a punch that you feel would be a good piece, let's see if I have something that would work. Looking for a normal punch. Of course, I don't have any normal punches, right? Why would I have a normal punch? Let me grab one. Okay, so this is a normal punch. And by normal, I mean it's like one almost everybody has, right? So let's get a piece of paper that I haven't poked a hole in yet. Ooh. 2 by 2. And get in there. We'll fold that in half.
all right, I got a ticket number for you.
Okay.
When you're ready there, buddy.
So you can take a punch like this and you can put a tab in like this.
Sure.
And just slide it in on the inside. This works better with paper than cardstock, to be honest. Yeah, watch me cheat. Here we go. And I just want that corner to get done. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Just pull it through. Get just the corner in there. Poke it.
All right.
And you get a tab. Look,
1,
it's a
2,
tab.
3, 1.
This side's not
1,
so much.
4.
That's okay. We'll just do it again. Paper goes better, I'm telling you.
You got it.
Seriously.
No, you got it. That's all of it. I'm about 3 clicks away from getting it to them.
Let me get that right where I want it.
No, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to be before they get them.
There we go.
And there's no sense in just hanging on the line with me.
It's a matter. See? And then, you know, you've got a little
Right.
tab. Look, there's another one.
I'm sorry I
Put that
wasn't
in
able
there.
to help much further on this. It was seeming to be really.
So you can do it with just a
wanting to
regular
be
punch. You
difficult
just have
for
to put
whatever
it,
reason, you know?
you know, bring it through or put it in.
Right.
These ones are harder
Thank
to do,
you. You too.
but the
Thank you so
regular
much for
ones are
your thoughts.
easier to do.
Bye-bye.
These squeezy ones, they're hard to do. You slipped and cut it in half. All right. So anybody else have any ideas on how you can do a tab without having, you know, a tab punch? Because not everybody has these suckers, you know? So if you don't have them, you know, this is a way that you can make some tabs that are unique and that fit in your journal. So does anybody else have any other suggestions on ways that you can do it? Just fold some paper in half, exactly. Lace tabs work. Lace tabs work. Just this. You know, just do that and then kind of fold it in half and find your midpoint. And then I just cut this sucker in half. And then just glue two ends to the paper, you know, two sides to the paper. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to notice. But there it is. That's a tab, you know. And a lot of people don't realize it, but a lot of your tag dies and stuff have tabs in them. You just have to look at them and look and to see what they are. But I don't know that I would use, you know, a 1.5 inch circle. Probably a 2 inch would be better. But y'all get the idea. Yep. Yep. Sewed in fabric tabs for pulling tabs. Yep. Get a punched tab in Happy Mail and then trace and cut it out. Yes. I did that for a while. And then I found those We Are Memory Keepers punches. And I was like, I'm keeping these. And then, and there's other things too. Like, let me pull this down so we can look at it. Okay, so this is, you know, that little stuff from him. Well, you know, all of these sets have like 2 of the identical pieces in them, or at least the same shapes. And sizes. Like these 2 are pretty much the same shape and size. So you could glue those onto a page, make a tab out of it. You can glue them this way and make a tab out of it, whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to use the bigger ones, you know, like this size. If you use this size and you just cut this in half, it's what? Would you please just get there? All right, so it's 1 3/4 inches. So this would be like 7/8. So you'd cut that in half, or you can just fold it and cut it, or just fold it. This one would be cool, just fold it. You just fold that, ink it up, put it on there. It's a tab. Now, I don't know if I should put it back in there or put it with my tabs. I'm putting it with my tabs. It's a tab. I'm putting it in there. Those work too. What else? And hello, Miss Sherry. Let's see. Washi tape. Take a piece of washi tape and glue it down. Fold it in half and glue it down, you know, around the page. It's a tab. It's a tab. I'm telling you, that's a tab. Okay? Especially these ones like this, where it's like a stamp. You could just take one of these and use it, you know? Let's see. Get one off there. And with this, I would probably use this with a piece of paper. have something here I could use. Like, glue this down to the page like that. And then glue, just a regular piece of paper on the other side. So that would be, your tab. And then we'll just use this for the moment. An equally large piece of paper, the same size, for the other side, for the back side of the tab. That's what I would do. That's an easy way to do it. I like this sticker, though, so I'm not losing it because I like that one. I'm going to use it in my journal. But truthfully, I mean, you could just take a piece of paper and cut it whatever, size you want. Fold it in half. Slap some ink on this puppy. And that's a tab. Do you want to get fancy? Just, put a little wiggle in it. It's a tab. Tabs are not that difficult. But I see a lot of people and they're like, well, you have to cut the circle, and then you cut the circle, you put it in half, and then you do this little thing like this right here, and then you make this faux whale tail. And I got to tell you, those things never look like whale tails to me. Ever. Ever. Painter's tape. That's a good one. Anything else? So we have a lot of different ways that we can do this. It's very easy to do. It doesn't have to be hard. And I see a lot of people struggle on how to do this. And, what can I use? Well, let me see. Here's a punch that's a little tag punch. Right? That's a cute tab. Put that on a page. And you can cut it off if it's too big. If this is too big for you, cut it off. Or leave a big piece like this where you've stamped something on it. Or, you've got something printed. Leave it. That's a cute tab. It doesn't have to be difficult, people. The other thing that you can use is just use paper clips. Put a paper clip on there. Also, we have some videos. I don't know where they are in the playlist, but there are some videos that I have on how to make different types of paper clip tabs and stuff, and removable tabs and stuff like that. You can do all of that kind of stuff. Tabs don't have to be the bane of our existence when we're doing a journal. And I know a lot of people go, oh my God, I got to put a tab on these. I got to put tabs on these. Oh, they hate that part of it. Don't hate it. Just do it. It's not that hard if you are willing to play. Tabs. These are all tabs. Ooh, these are cute. What about these? You could glue that onto the edge of a page and make it a tab. That would be cute. Or a small piece of ruffled lace. That would be cute. Or maybe just a regular piece of lace. That's cute. That's really cute, actually. Here's just little bits, and like Rose said, you can just take a piece like this, fold it in half, and just staple it on there. That's a tab. Okay, granted, you're not going to use this like in your Bible journaling. This is like for junk journal kind of thing. but it can be done. These kinds of ribbons, these thicker ribbons, they work really well too. This one actually has design on it, so it's kind of cute, but that would work really well too. You can put that on there. That's, you know, a tab on a page. I like the flower though. I got to tell you, I do like that one. Here's just a little piece of embroidery, you know, a little piece of lace right there. That would work. Okay, I'm having fun. Not vintage daisies. Don't use vintage daisies. No, no, no. But like a flower, like you could use a paper flower if that's what you have. Put some paper flowers on, use those as tabs. Tabs don't have to be those square little pieces. And no, I'm not trying to be preachy. I know I sound preachy, but I'm not. Clusters work. Let's see, what could we use out of here? Here's a guitar pick. That would be a cool tab. Mini playing cards. You know, one of the little mini playing cards. Again, yes, these little pieces like a little banner would work. What else? Let's see. Let's turn this sucker over and see what's on the other side. Oh, here we go. We have these little lace button, these little lace butterflies. These would work as a tab. We have paper ones. That would work. You know, if you put that on a page, that would be cute, right? What else? These giant ticket pieces, I think they're stickers. I don't know. This one may not be. Nope, it's just heavyweight paper. But you could fold that in half and use it as a tab. These little stickers, things like this, fold that in half and just stick it on there. They're like little newspapers. They're cute. Bookmarks, these little bookmarks. You could just cut a piece of this and put it on any part of it you want. That works. I have the tiniest little paper clips. They're so tiny. Okay, what else? Postage stamps. Postage stamps would work. Let me get this out of the way. Bring this one in. All right. So, any kind of lace piece will work. So like these, this would be cute. Like right there. Just glue it half on and half off. That's a cute little tab. Look at that. That's a cute page tab. Not much else on this side, really. The other side, though. All right. Let me get this open. There we go. Look at all these tabs. On these bigger flowers, you can certainly take them apart because let's face it, we don't use this stuff, right? They're too damn big. But the leaves, the petals would work. But you could take like 2 of these. Just get 2 of the same design. Either side of the paper. Tab. That would work. And those come in a lot of different sizes. These ones in particular would be good too. You know? Now, granted, eventually that would wear out, but if you glue it to another one, probably not for a while. Ooh, something like this might work. Too big, too bulky, too bulky. No, too bulky. but this would definitely work. So there's things that you can use that are different. Don't limit yourself. Please don't limit yourself. Have some fun with this. Oh, that would be cute for a cookbook. Yeah. You did use guitar picks? My sons gave me those. So, I mean, there's you've got all kinds of stuff that you can play with that you can use. I have to tell you, this is one of my favorites. I cut these out with a die that I have that does these. I love doing these as tabs. They're so cute. But yeah, a flat cluster like this that doesn't have a lot of volume to it, you could glue that on. Absolutely. These are those, we did this was a free digital. You can just glue those on. Boop. Do we have anything else interesting in here? I always come in here when I'm looking for interesting stuff. Hey, those flowers that we did, the lace ribbon flowers, those would work. That's a movable. But like a cluster, yeah, you could glue a cluster down and that would work perfectly. Okay. I'm done playing in here. This video is coming up. It's I have not released it yet video. Now I probably have to. Hey, Red. Yes, you did, ma'am. I'm sorry. You go back and watch the video, though. There's still some stuff available if you are interested. And let me know, because I have not gotten rid of it yet. I was supposed to do that yesterday, but I did not. So I will hold it for another day. If you are interested, just go look. So that's about it, guys. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can make them. Look at your corner rounders. Look at your punches, even your punches like this, and see if there's, ones that you can use an edge or a corner on to help you use your corner rounders. And I have to say, for me, this set right here is probably one of my favorite tools by and large. There's the standard corner rounder. There's this one that does the straight lines. It just does that. It miters the corners. Love that one. And then there's this one that has like the ticket and then like the other two. One pokes out and the other one goes in. So you have one that pokes out and one that goes in. And then there's the miter one. And then the ticket one that does the ticket tab thing. Just does a little corner. So I have to say that for my money, these were well worth it. And if you can get a hold of a set of these, definitely worth it, because literally I can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different tabs just with those. So if you can get your hands on them, get them. Get them. Get them. And after a while, you actually learn what colors are which and how to make it work. I haven't, but they tell me that I will. All right, gang. That's it. Hubbard is off work here in just a few minutes. And we have some stuff to do. The 3-2-1 sale was last week. My regular sale is this Sunday. So if you missed the 3-2-1, go check that out. Michelle, I'm going to ask you this question because you're the one that usually buys this thing. You don't want these, right? No? Okay. That's what I thought. Michelle buys my project bags. She likes to play in them. All right. What is what called? Oh, these? This one is We Are Memory Keepers. The other two, these are from KW Trio, and you can get these on Amazon. And I don't have a link, an affiliate link, so you can just go look. They're on Amazon. I think they're like 10 or 12 bucks. They're pricey, but I have to be honest, they are well worth it. KW Trio, 3-way corner punch. Let's see if I can find the link real quick. Okay, so copy. It's too big. Let me put it into Bitly. Night, Rose. All right, let me put it into Bitly. Okay, let's see. So that's the one for the mitered corner. And they also have the other one there. And they're $10. $10 a piece. So they have like all 5 of them available. They're really only 3 different ones, but they have the miter and so on and so forth. So that's cool. But that's the Bitly link, so you can go over there and you can look. That's it, guys. That's all I got. I'm gonna skedaddle out of here because I gotta go and play in the spiral with my hubber. We're gonna go play some Wizard 101, chill out and relax, and I have to get some more stuff ready for the sale. To my Patreons, the list has been released into the group for you, into your private group. So if you are interested in pre-purchase, let me know. If you need pictures or something, I'll send it to you. It's not a problem. But that's it. That's all I got. So, new here and I haven't offended you, hit the button. Hit the button and subscribe. Check out the community tab that tells you everything that I got going on in my digital world. Also, you can find that information on my Facebook group if you would so choose to do so. Christine, I do apologize. I was negligent in not adding you prior to the group chat, but you are now part of that group chat. So if you need to reach out to any of the other Patreons, there's a way for you to do it. What else? Rose, your welcome gift is in the mail. It's going to be going out tomorrow. It's all packaged up and ready to go. Let's see. Check out my Facebook group if you would like some information, more information on us as a community. That's a great place to find it. Also, don't forget to go buy my Ko-Fi, pick up some free digitals, and swing into my Patreon. That's it. That's all I have until I see you again. Stay well, stay hydrated, stay inside. I love you guys. Bye.